Hello everyone, I'm the warmest of all banana peels, and I am bringing you another cast today. Before we get into this one, I would like to note that I have fixed my screen size. Mostly, I'm not quite sure how it will work out when I put it into YouTube, but it is no longer small. I've removed the Supreme Economy UI mod and added Supreme Scoreboard on request of some of the people that were watching. And I have made my own email address so you can send me replays, because as of now I am really short on them. I have been using those that I see in A-list, for example this one. Barracuda aka EcoNoob gave me permission to use it because it is a funny one. Yeah, and there will be probably one more this evening, if I'm not mistaken. I may be busy, but I'm gonna have to pre-record a lot for the upcoming month because I have my exam period coming up. So everything will be pre-recorded today or tomorrow. So do not be discouraged if I do not instantly cast your replay. I will have a look at them, and I will most likely cast them because I have no other replays that are really exceptional except the ones that I already got banked. But without further ado, let's get into this. We got Barracuda going Cybern, first land, and we have JaggedAppliance going Cybern first land, second air, probably going for a transport rush given the amount of PGens. A little bit of banter, they probably know one another. The map is Seraphim Glaciers, a 20 by 20 kilometer map, and there are a lot of islands and a lot of mass to be had. Preferably I would go to the middle, but that is usually a pretty dangerous area. You would have to have navy for a significant amount of time before it actually becomes viable to build up here past the T1 Nexus point, and that is kind of the idea, that you get this early because of the hydrocarbon, but the other island expansions are more important in that regard. Seems to be a standard expansion route for most of the players. Barracuda not going for the early transport rush, it seems. Too few pigeons, or he's probably going to try to store up some power and pull it from storage, which is, I don't know. You can do it, but there's a lot of reclaim over here, so I wouldn't quite recommend it. JaggedAppliance also has an engineer assisting his ACU and getting this one up fairly soon. Seems to be a new meta. Other pros are assisting their ACUs. Well, you can do whatever you want. There is not really much that can actually contest you in the early game on your main island. Maybe a ridiculously early drop, but if you have your ACU, you can most likely deny it or take other expansions from it. Not a lot of stuff going on. A little bit of scouting from Barracuda is probably going to try to intercept that early transport. 6 engineers being loaded up in the skyhook, and he is dropping them off, yes, one by one on the islands, or group by group. That interceptor is just a little bit late, sadly, otherwise we would have had the upper hand in getting the transport. He is, however, going to win this air fight, I think. Yeah. He had a few more HP left when he arrived, and that probably gave him the advantage. PGen grids going up. Looks like JaggedAppliance is really going for that heavy expansioneer route. He did go after the expansion of Barracuda, who was instantly throwing up a quick power generator, a factory. His engineer did stop in reclaiming, so he's gonna get reclaimed. Whatever floats your boat. Maybe it was something with the line of sight. There is, however, a land factory up in the south, and the PD is up in the north. So I think this expansion is actually too heavily contested to still be something for Barracuda. He is, however, getting the top expansion almost uncontested. And yeah, Barracuda commenting that he already lost it. but I think that it was about no, it probably was just about the island. Early Navy going up for Barracuda. He is really making a play for the Navy game. Probably to harass, because he does have his own island over here, and only now there's a transport coming in. If it's gonna get through the intercepts, which it will, it's probably gonna get snagged by the patrolling mantis. I hope, at least. No, don't stop. No, no. What are you doing? No, bad. Bad. Beautiful distraction, by the way, staying over. He's gonna have to send a letter home to the family of those poor lost engineers. There go the little mantis crittering and running into T1PD. Probably somewhere else with his attention. I do not blame him. There's so much going on. Bomber heading to the middle from JaggedAppliance on an attack move. And a transport coming in from Barracuda, trying to snatch the middle island. So far it looks like JaggedAppliance has a little bit more map control, but that is gonna change the moment this island actually comes in full control of Barracuda, if it actually gets there. Transport sighted. Is he gonna respond? No, he's not. There's actually a play being made for the middle island by JaggedAppliance. Not quite sure how effective that will be. Bomber's going after a mass extractor. Oh, the transport was so close to dying. Why? And this time a proper reclaim from Barracuda. He is not gonna win out on that one, but he has a mantis over there. And this island will stay in the control of Barracuda for a little while longer. Transport's coming in. You just got control of the island, so just a little bit of reclaim, maybe build on this factory so you can secure this end properly. And he's actually loading up his units that he used before here, even though there's still an engineer over here. Does he know that there is an engineer over there? No, he does not. Beautiful mass income. Does need to reclaim a little bit more. Overall, it seems that JaggedAppliance actually has more reclaim than his opponent, but he is dropping the main island with the remainder of the units he had, and the side island. Bomber's going after the units, but there is actually no responding bomber here yet. There is one made, but there is a jester. No, not coming in yet. It would be beautiful if he could kill all those T2 mechs. There comes the jester, and there comes the bomber, and they're all clumped up. Should be a nice pick off. Few going down, but those T2 mechs are really gonna bite into his economy. Barracuda should probably get a little bit more engineers out here so he can get the hydrocarbon and the mechs faster. Maybe get reclaim. And it seems like Barracuda is actually taking over map control over JaggedAppliance. He has T2 land out. Beautiful Wagner. Onto his merry way to harass some mexes. Few frigates slipping by the Navy. And there's T2 Navy up for JaggedAppliance, and he's actually making destroyers at a pretty fast pace. 5 air factories out, T2 land as well. No jesters yet. The jesters are actually harassing up here, no Wagners yet. He did take back the island, but there's already a transport coming in with engineers taking back this island. Destroyer in the middle is harassing the build capacity on the little island in the middle. I would probably park my Medusas over here. They could probably reach this destroyer and stun it for a little bit. Large interceptor clouds for JaggedAppliance. He probably does not want to have torpedo bombers on him. Few mechs is lost, most likely because of the Wagners. Here's another one coming up. And those mechs are probably going to go down as well. Again, if he gets into range, maybe. Seems like map control went for Barracuda for a little bit, but the air control and the navy tech actually went very heavily into JaggedAppliance's favor. A few frigates in the back are actually harassing the build capacity. Beautiful play, beautiful play. Stop those T2 destroyers for as long as you can while you're making your own. Ego-wise, it looks like Barracuda is about 14 points ahead, if not 15. He does have a good amount of reclaim, but he's still 1,000 behind on JaggedAppliance. T2 Factory HQ. And it is most likely going to get destroyed by the destroyer if they keep running at a good pace and if the targeting favors JaggedAppliance. It does seem that more and more navy units keep slipping by Barracuda. It just doesn't have enough, and it's starting to pay off a little bit for JaggedAppliance for making all of these units. T2 Factory, Land Factory HQ going down. Trade for a destroyer. I would call that a win. Resource allocation going down for JaggedAppliance. He has 2.2 thousand power, and another big drop on his island, taking out more and more T2 mexes. Oh, this is painful to watch. Units are walking into T1 PD range. Could have done so much more. They killed that power generator. Renegaded south to respond against the drops. But another set of T2 mexes are lost. Barracuda is really not giving JaggedAppliance a break, but in turn, JaggedAppliance is raiding the main base with Navy in the main production facility. All the build power around this factory has gone. One factory is down. I don't think there will be any more casualties there. No, he's retreating the remainder of his frigates. Little frigate over here and 10 health. Probably the luckiest get you'll ever see. Go on, you can do it. You can kill those mantis. Get veterancy. Well, he still needs 4 kills. Never mind. Just sit there. More Wagners trying to invade, but T1 PD and Renegades are probably discouraging these. JaggedAppliance has got the resource allocation upgrade, so his power will not be as crucial as it was before, so taking out this T2P gen was just a little bit late. Let's see, another attempted raid into the build power over here, but there are defending units and torpedo launchers. Alright. My apologies for that interruption, guys. My dad walked in. It looks like Navy is actually heavily being won by JaggedAppliance. He has more roaming frigate groups that are able to harass and support various areas. Frigates being taken out here one by one by JaggedAppliance. Looks like Barracuda is also getting the resource allocation upgrade, but not enough power it seems. I have actually expected it to be more of a mass problem. And he's promptly abandoning that T2P gen. Still has some reclaim to pick up. Still does. But at this point in the game, this is not that much anymore. It's a few hundred mass at most. Gunships raiding the one of the main expansions of Barracuda, taking out a T2 Max. Another air engagement. This time it seems to favor Barracuda as he has more interceptors that are not out of fuel. But some of the cover from the frigates may make the difference because they do have some beastly anti-air. High fire rate, low damage, but relatively high in a group. And it seems like it was actually enough for Barracuda to lose air. He's still trying to get the main island. At this point I would try to reclaim a little bit, maybe get the maxes, but that's it. Maybe reclaim this. This is a lot of mass, if you can get your hands on it. Torpedo bombers come in, and another drop. The longer this goes on, the more Barracuda seems to be losing a grip of his expansions, and raiding becomes less and less effective. He's still taking out the old mechs in the back here, but there are gunships coming in, taking out the Wagners. I do like your Dancer, but at this point I would think that it is near futile. A lot of renegades out on the main island. And T3R is up for JaggedAppliance. Another lucky T2 max. Below 10% health. And another set of T2 core maxes being taken out by JaggedAppliance. Barracuda still seems to be ahead in economy though. JaggedAppliance on 101 income per tick. 149 solid for Barracuda. And he does have his own T3R, but he is somewhat behind on the resource allocation, so probably did not give him as much of an advantage as he would have wanted. Strike Bomber being taken out by the ASF. Barracuda really trying to discourage all of this navy away from his shore so he can get his maxes back. Wagner's dipping back into the water. No, I would have dipped back into the water, but to be fair, they are already spotted. Still T1 maxes in the base. JaggedAppliance is sinking every last bit of his economy into more navy. But hey, I do not blame you, it seems to be working out for you. 5 destroyers in this group, another 2 coming up for Barracuda. JaggedAppliance has 6 in the area, but a lot more frigates. Seems that Barracuda is not trying to kite with his destroyers, he's just sitting there taking the fire. And he has noticed, it seems. He does have a good amount of reclaim, almost 30,000 for JaggedAppliance, and only 17,000 for Barracuda. Apparently he was busy placing mass storages. That was an expensive mass storage right there, good sir. T3 max paused, probably because of eco issues. But at this point I think it has already somewhat been decided. A lot of the map control is going down for Barracuda unless he can make some magnificent play. I do not think that he can actually fight back into map control. He's just at such a disadvantage against all of this air, against all of these destroyers. He is losing map control left and right, even though he still has a little bit more than half. Seems like he is capping off the maxes on his side islands as well, trying to maximize that eco. That beautiful, beautiful eco, while leaving the destroyer racks out here. Still the wrecks from the instant fight over here. Looks like JaggedAppliance is going to take over control of that beautiful mass bomb. So one Medusa alive over here on 25 health. Destroyer doesn't seem to care. He hears you, but he just doesn't care. Barracuda has reclaimed his T2 pigeons, but not his T1. At this point he is hurting for power, so he's starting up a T3 pigeon, probably to help him out a little bit. He is positive when he's not spending all of his mass, but he is dipping into the minus when he's making ASF. My apologies, my brother walked in. It seems like this is like an open door convention. And more mechs going down for Barracuda. We should probably just try to park some units over here, but he has tried actually. And got kind of demolished. Poor destroyer. More Wagners come in. Torpedo defense is being made by JaggedAppliance, trying to stave off these raids over here, so he doesn't have to invest in as much T1 PD over here. Still gonna do it. Oh well. Those T2 maxes are probably gonna pay for that in the near future. No T3 land for neither player. At least I think so. Where's the T2 land HQ for? Right in base. No one is gonna try to drop, it seems. T3 are being made on the side island. A spare power generator in case something goes wrong on his main island, which does not seem as likely as before. He has his own navy, which is substantially more tech heavy, I feel like, than his opponents. You can actually check that. He has 9 destroyers, 2 cruisers and 15 frigates versus JaggedAppliance 7 destroyers, but there are another 2 over here, and a whole lot more frigates. 50 frigates. They are useful throughout the entirety of the game. They're like T1 artillery. If they get in close, they do some damage. Wagners are in the just newly acquired expansion from JaggedAppliance. Max is going down in the back for Barracuda. JaggedAppliance has really been parking his destroyers in nice spots. Just taking out 1 destroyer and a few frigates here and there. That was a massive pause. Does Barracuda have an eco mod? It seems to be the case. He does not seem to stall. Well, on mass he does stall, but not on power. Or he's just really good. I don't know. I do not doubt. But just taking out 1 or 2 destroyers from his main group of units and sending them around the back with 2 or 3 frigates to support, so that no destroyer can actually take it out on his own. Siren class coming in. Slowly plinking away at the Siren class. Well, it's plinking away at the economy of EcoNoob. Barracuda, I know him as EcoNoob. But who cares? And now the slow steamroll is going forward from JaggedAppliance. He is losing some units. He has his destroyers clumped up over here. Not the smartest idea, but hey. He is sending in his frigates. And they are being taken out because of, well, what I would call poor shift G-ing. But they've come into range of the T2 unit batch of Barracuda. They are mass better than T2 units. But the T2 units have their range, so if you use them correctly, they are better. There goes another destroyer. Barracuda not happy with the given situation. He is losing maxes left and right. His navy is going down. It has actually been separated. It also looks like JaggedAppliance actually has more ASF than his opponent. So much reclaim. Kind of saddens me. Barracuda has been doing exceptionally well with his transport work in the early game, but now he's just not sending in any more engineers to reclaim. Dropping off 1 here, just getting some reclaim and then getting back into your base with the production, it's doable. They're chasing your destroyers on this side. And the T3 Max, probably a misclick. These are not capped yet, they keep on getting destroyed, so building T3 Max over there is not what I would do, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Bunch of torpedo bombers going around the side. Is he going to try to take out the Navy factory HQ? He does have a spy plane over here, so he does have a beautiful sight of what is going on. And I think that this will be the end of Barracuda. He has a substantial navy around the back and a substantial navy around the front of his base. He has a few Wagners, but They're 12 DPS in torpedoes and not what you would want specifically. Torpedo bombers stacking up, and they are going after the target. They're actually going after the ACU. Barracuda going in for a last snipe attempt on JaggedAppliance. He is losing his entire navy, his entire base, his entire production. He has only a little bit of his expansions left, and he has actually taken out JaggedAppliance with some torpedo bombs. That was a marvelous snipe. JaggedAppliance being salty about it. Barracuda showing him some love and kind. That was lovely to see. There was a T2 Max over here. The engineer probably had a nice day reclaiming that. But that was a marvelous game to watch. I probably missed some stuff here and there. It is early in the morning. I do sound a little bit tired or monotone. We did have a few interruptions. I hope you guys will not murder me for it. But hey, it was still a fun game to watch. Beautiful play from Barracuda in the early game, securing as many expansions as he could, raiding the side islands, well, the side expansion of his main island of JaggedAppliance, and he did pull back with a torpedo bomber snipe. Everything was kind of crumbling around him. He did not have any substantial amount of navy anywhere left. He was losing his main base, most likely to these destroyers in the near future. I think that was probably the best cheese I've ever seen. That is why you never leave one spy plane in your base. That one won Barracuda the game. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the warmest of all banana peels, and I am gonna go get started on my second cast for the day. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.